What's up, everybody? It's your favorite show, Get a Bucket. I'm your host, Trey, and as usual, I hope you're all having a wonderful, wonderful day. Today, we're going to talk about the importance of an athlete. But before we do that, please make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, comment, tell anyone about the show. Trying to get the ratings up a little bit, just a little bit. But like I said, we're going to talk about the importance of an athlete, but talk about the player matter formula, if you will, because you might be wondering, what is this actually? Well, for me, a player matter formula means how much does the player actually matter to the organization. And what that ultimately factors is the production, but it can also include the origin of the athlete, like where the athlete was actually born. Okay, that's what that ultimately means. Now, you might be wondering, and this also applies, one, to any sport, by the way, but two, we're going to talk about the NBA and WNBA, because it's called Get a Bucket, right? We're talking about hoops here. So, ladies and gentlemen, this kind of got brought to my attention. This topic came to my mind because I heard something very wild until I thought about it. And I was like, okay, maybe, but still kind of sounds a little wild, right? Hence why we got to bring it on to Wild Entertainment. But I heard that D Rose mattered more than Jordan, like MJ, the GOAT. Did I did I did I read that right? MJ mattered more than to Chicago? Because let's think about this now, ladies and gentlemen. Hell, let's even bring up. Shall we bring up stats with it? I think we can bring up some stats personally, but all right. So if we're gonna bring up, oops, there we go. Now, if we're gonna bring up stats with it, ladies and gentlemen, as we can clearly see, we got Michael Jet. Now, if we want to bring up stats with it, ladies and gentlemen, as we can clearly see, we have Michael Jordan right here, 14-time All-Star, 6-time NBA champ. That's a lot for the Chicago Bulls. And then if we go to D Rose, 3-time All-Star, no championships. He got Rookie of the Year, though, MVP, youngest MVP, cool, got you. I mean, he did some stuff for Chicago. I hear you. But the rationale for why apparently Jordan isn't as revered as D Rose is because this. Jordan was born Brooklyn, New York. D Rose was born Chicago, Illinois. So apparently, because D Rose was born in Chicago, he matters more. Now, again, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not trying to make it seem like I don't understand the narrative about D Rose and Jordan. Like, I do hear it, but the problem is I just might not necessarily agree with it. And the reason why I don't agree with it is because, yeah, the hometown thing does it does factor, but ultimately, and oh my God, man, I'm doing so much slander right now to D Wade. I mean, D Rose. Oh my gosh. But D Rose didn't bring them a title. Sorry, you got MVP, but that's most valuable player. Championships go to the team. So for me personally, I do hear it. I do hear it. I just might not disagree. I just might not agree. Now, where you could have some credence, some like a stronger argument, maybe. D Wade. It's something about D Wade and Haslem. I was about to make a statement right there, and that was gonna get real tricky. Anyways, so if y'all peeping right, because again, we talked about Chicago earlier, right? Chi-Town, right? Got to move it on to another team. Let's talk about the Heat. Now, Haslem, D Wade, we know him, we love him. We know that in the history, D Wade is revered as the better player. But we're not talking about the history. We're talking about to the Miami Heat fan base. Like, which one should be in Miami? Which one should they love and appreciate more? Should it be D Wade, who basically helped get them 3 titles? He was the leader in the first one. And then you might be able to argue a leader in the second one, leader in all three of them. With Haslem, you can say he was just there. Or we could talk about the loyalty that Haslem is actually given. Again, ladies and gentlemen, let's start it off with D Wade. Let's start off with D Wade. So, like, oh, this screen is not working for me. Here we go. D Wade, ladies and gentlemen. Good career, right? I'm gonna zoom in. Good career. 3-time All-Star. 13-time All-Star, 3-time NBA. Defensive award as well. Cool. We got a bunch of stuff from Miami. Then when we look at Udonis Haslem, well, all it shows is 3-time champ, part of the all-rookie team. But again, was on Miami for a long time. You see 20 years right here. Very valuable to the squad. Born in Miami. D Wade, ironically, was born in Chicago. So, I mean, again, if we're going to say that D Rose matters more to the city, then can we say that Udonis Haslem matters more than D Wade? I don't know about that, champ. And I like Haslem too. I do. But I don't know. That one might be a tough sell for me, ladies and gentlemen. But I understand the logic because maybe Haslem impacts the community of Miami a little bit more than D Wade. Although I will say it is called Wade County out there. So I mean, I don't know. But it's not like Haslem doesn't matter. It's just who matters more. You got to put someone over somebody. There's levels to it. Let's go to the WNBA because I think this one's pretty cool. Because we can talk about the Minnesota Lynx. Ladies and gentlemen. All right, now rock with me, flow with me, follow me. Maya Moore, like Lindsay Whalen. I don't know now. Like we got to pull them up. We got to pull them up. Because Maya Moore was tough, bro. Maya Moore was tough. Like we see here. Oops, sorry, I'm not pulling up that screen. My bad. Here we go. Maya Moore, ladies and gentlemen, stud, like top notch, 4-time All-Star. Champion. I am messing up these accolades. Jesus Christ. The MVP, 6-time All-Star, 3-time All-Star MVP. That's absurd. 4-time WNBA champ. Like she was her was she. There we go. I thought I brought up the wrong person. All right. Now when we bring up though Lindsay Whalen, 5-time All-Star, 4-time WNBA champ, 3-time assist, 5-time All WNBA. Like it's not like she don't matter. And again, ladies and gentlemen, Hutchinson, Minnesota. Last time I checked, she played for the Minnesota Lynx. But when we look at Maya Moore, well, she was born in Jefferson City, Missouri. But again, by the logic that we've given, Lindsay Whalen is going to matter more to the Minnesota Lynx than Maya Moore, and I can't quite say that. Now, yeah, Lindsay played more years than Maya did, like across the board. I think actually, because 6 seasons, 9 seasons for Minnesota to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years from Minnesota. I hear it, but the production that Maya gave outweighs Lindsay's. Like Lindsay had to give similar production. So again, I don't see it being the same, ladies and gentlemen. And to be clear, I'm not trying to knock these ladies at all. Both of them wonderful hoopers in the game of basketball. It's levels to it. It's levels to it. Good hoopers though. Minnesota did a wonderful job of selecting players. And I've talked about that. But Maya Moore's got to be the better one. How about the Chicago Sky? Yes, sir. You had to save it for the lights. You know what I'm saying? But if you peep too, though, you might peep a young Courtney Vandersloot. Oh, well, that's not who we're going to talk about. Because one of the most revered players in Sky history. You could be a Sylvia Fowles. If you want to pick another player like maybe Elena Del Don, okay, cool, I hear that too. But I did choose Sylvia Fowles just because we pair her well with Candace Parker, ladies and gentlemen. And keep in mind, these players are actually bucket getters. They're hoopers. They're rivals. So pardon me if I wanted to get a little biased on this pick. But ladies and gentlemen, when we pick these, oh my gosh, this screen is annoying. There we go. When we do this right here, y'all see Candace Parker. You know what I'm saying? That's my favorite player of all time. She born St. Louis, Missouri. That's cool. But she got apparent ties to Chicago. Like she got family in Chicago. So now, yeah, not quite born in Chicago, but still you have ties to Chicago. And we see what she was, 2-time MVP, 7-time All-Star MVP, 3-time WNBA champ. She brought a championship to Chicago Sky. Should be valuable, right? But on the flip side, though, we got to talk about it. Sylvia Fowles. Now she's a two-time champ, right? Did not bring one to Chicago, but she holds a lot of the records for the Chicago Sky. So when I'm looking at it, who really matters more? Now, this one's an interesting conversation, and I definitely want to get y'all opinion on this one. Because, again, we got 2 seasons for the Chicago Sky. And we got actually a gang of seasons for the Chicago Sky for Sylvia Fowles. See, 2 seasons for Candace Parker, but she got a championship. Multiple seasons for Sylvia Fowles, no championships, but a lot of accolades, a lot of awards for the Chicago Sky. That's doing something for the Chicago Sky. So I don't know actually, because biasly, I do say Chicago might want to rock with CP a little more than Sylvia Fowles, but I do hear it from a longevity standpoint too. Like she holds multiple franchise records. You can't slight that. So again, production plus origin does matter. Now, Candace Parker's championship allowed this conversation to occur. But keep in mind, though, if she ain't win that championship, we not having this discussion at all because it would have only been 2 seasons or even 3. Like the production did not meet Sylvia Fowles' production until you brought in that championship. And she was literally the key cog, the reason why they did that. So, again, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if yeah, I don't know if that's gonna be I don't know if y'all need to be worried about that. You know what I'm saying? Like this is a good one. Matter of fact, how about this? How about this one? I'm curious what y'all think about this. Because these players, these are some notable players that we could even talk about from a player importance standpoint, right? Like Braun, he could be called the most notable athlete in Cleveland because he was born in Cleveland and brought a championship to Cleveland. But championship. But no, but in the 3-1 comeback, I don't like because I hate how they treated. Yes, another story for another day. But Buddy to his left, technically, our right, his left, is Steph. Well, Steph was born in Cleveland or Ohio somewhere. They talk about that. So if that's the case, then damn, he's won. He's gone through Cleveland to win championships. Can't he be called the most important athlete? Kept y'all somewhat relevant too, right? How about Cole? The last time I checked, I swear he was born in Philly. And I'm sure Philly would have loved to have him. He's not important like that in Philly though. How about JT? Born in St. Louis. Last time I checked, not Boston. But I promise you though, he'll be revered in Boston. Again, ladies and gentlemen, it's the production value that everybody that I talked about won a championship where they were. Braun, Cavs, championship. Whether you want to, he got a title for that season. Steph, he got a title, or for the Cavs, he got a title playing against the Cavs. Somewhat relevant. Kobe, we beat Philly, I guess. So I mean, that counts, I guess. Cool. Jason Tatum, I don't. Like you get a championship because of your production. You get the damn. You you get revered because of the championship. The production, that's what matters. The origin story, it does not it's nice. It's a nice booster. But I don't think it really matters with so much. Kobe jersey not gonna get hung up in the 76ers stadium. It's not. It's not. And I don't know if he would be the highest 76er of all time with just one title. I mean, could have, possibly, very possible actually, because I forget. Yeah, that they don't really. Yeah, yeah. But like I said, production, origin, they do matter. Production matters over origin, though. So we gave y'all a couple of examples, but remember though, this whole thing started because apparently D Rose matters more to Chicago than Jordan does. But ladies and gentlemen, I mean, hell, I'm curious what y'all think because y'all heard me talk about it already. The player matter formula is production plus origin story of the athlete. Production matters more. Production weighs heavier though. But for people who are living in these areas, I do want to hear your takes. So definitely let me know what you all think. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that does conclude the end of the episode. So comment your answers below. I greatly appreciate it. But most importantly, please make sure to like, subscribe, comment, tell anyone about the show. My name is Trey. I'm the host of Get a Bucket. Hope you all are having a good one. Take care.